To, in continuous motion with no pausing, no hesitation, cut overhouse alternating from either side. They're going to do this with literally no stopping at all. You must move your feet reverse across the floor in some way. That means that if you do decide to cut over your lead leg, we will let that go because you're an advanced competitor and we're trusting you, right? But the important part is that you cannot sit and pivot. You must move your feet. Once the competitor is completed, we will measure the distance from the center of the post out, or the edge of the post out to where each piece lands, and we will tabulate a cumulative score. What they're looking for is all of their pieces to land as close to the post as possible. That means perfect cuts. You may have seen some perfect cuts where a piece may even stay on top or just fall off gently. This is what the competitor is looking for. Do you have any questions?
As many cuts as I want.
As many as you can, the more the better, but as clean as possible, alternating sides.
Aspects of
Hold it down on the bottom by the base.
The competitor has to step with the cuts. It's not simply a matter of him standing in a comfortable position and being able to deliver a series of cuts. It's the fighter and the competitor has to be able to show the ability to move and cut just like he would ordinarily in a real sword fight. And while this is going on, he has to be accurate with the cuts because there is an unlimited amount of cuts as long as he's using as much of the tatami mat as possible.
3 feet.
On top of that, the position of where the tatami falls influences the final score. So for all, and it is possible within the context of a real fight, you may cut off the lead leg. The reason why we normally penalize or just straight out forbid or disallow cutting over the lead leg is because it's for safety concerns. We don't want to have someone injure themselves. So we see in this final round, Philip Martin from the Phoenix Society Historical Swordsmanship cutting. Philip Martin is the head instructor of cutting for the Phoenix Society. He's a really excellent cutter.
Indeed.
2 feet.
I believe he may have hit the stand or the peg on the final cut, which is a serious point deduction.
Looks like that cut was a little steeper than he was aiming for.
Yeah, it's a very steep cut, and in certain other tournaments, the angle of the cut can influence the score as well. Having a very steep angle to cut like that would result also in point deductions.
Spikers, please clean up the mess.
But for this event, I don't believe the angle has any influence over the score.
You may begin when ready.
Gorgeous.
Fantastic.
You can clean your sword.
Constant.
Or hand it off or whatever you're going to do.
Slightly shallower angle in this cut, so he was able to cut
There are 3
more
feet.
cuts,
This is the first
a
feet.
few of them landed
You're going to
farther
just
out.
head
So we
out.
can see in this that
2 feet.
the furthest piece of mat that
4
is
feet.
outside is all the way on
7 feet.
the ring of the competitive circle, which
3 feet.
which thus far
6
seems
feet.
to be the furthest out.
And 7 feet.
Yeah.
But again,
Spikers, please
the
clean up the
deduction
mess.
for is expressed a desire to do. So this is a relatively important tournament for him.
Lee moving lightning fast.
Alright.
Very well done.
Extremely well done. Lee displaying the martial prowess that he's known for.
Okay, measure up. Okay.
And wisely stopping short of hitting the peg.
First one, 1 foot.
That may be the closest to time we've seen yet.
And Lee, you guys can pick whatever order you want for the next one too.
4 feet, same order. Did you hear me? 4 feet? 4 feet. This one is
Also 4 feet.
okay.
We can see that
2.
Yeah, 2 feet.
Two of the pieces landed very, very close to the stand.
RJ, I think these are 2 different cuts.
Okay.
7 feet and 7 feet.
Pick them up
We
and make
also
sure that
have
they
the
look
extreme,
different to you. You know,
with some of the
not
pieces
measured.
landing again
Are
far
different
out
cuts.
to the outside ring.
Yeah. Okay.
So that concludes the first round of the cutting of limbs, or cutting finals. We're going to have.
They feel good to you?
Yes,
Okay, cool.
and
right, Eric.
one of the competitors was really gracious
is the
enough
double
to
parallel cut.
donate this stand, which he
You're going to do a
engineered
double cut
himself.
on both mats at the same
It's a-
time. A double
it's a
cut
cutting
is a
stand
cut
of his own
such
design,
that you cut through a mat, or in this
which
case,
is
2 mats,
proven so far to have
and you
been
cut
a lot
both
lighter than
pieces
some
before
of the
they fall.
other triple matted stands we've seen.
You understand the double cut premise?
I understand the double cut premise.
You can pick which rotation, which side you want to cut from. We will choose. You can choose either side of the stand. You can execute the double cut in any way you want, ascending, descending, anything like that. If you only make it through one piece that is falling, you will get some credit for that. Of course, maximum credit is making it through both pieces before they fall.
Is this step required?
No step is required. You can not measure up, but you can prepare yourself for the cut. Do you have any questions?
No.
Hold on.
So this next round is a very difficult feat. It's the double
Okay.
cut. So
You may begin when ready.
basically what the competitor needs to do is cut the mat and then make a second cut
Okay.
on the mat that has already been
Thank you.
cut
Thank you.
before it falls to the ground. So we see Eric Carter rising. And, oh, beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. A good amount of rotation speed behind that second cut. So Julian yes,
Veterinary martial arts is
wonder how is in fact easier to do the follow-up cut.
all right. So we have Lee Smith making it through both the times successfully, but not in time to perform the second cut.
Yeah, so we see now so far within 2 rounds, it looks like the first round.
So this feat will be the continuous spare cow feat.
Oh.
Similar to round 1, you must keep the sword in motion. You may not prepare for any of the spare cows after your initial
So
spare cow.
we also saw this feat.
Your feet
utilized
must
at SoCal
remain in
this year.
motion. And in this case, we do care about
It
your
was
feet
interesting
in the
that,
sense that you must
in the
switch
finals
which
at
foot is in
SoCal
the
for
front
this
with each
feat,
one. You cannot do
many
any
of the
sort of push
competitors
steps.
who
They
got
must
that
either
far
replace,
had already
triangle, shuffle,
demonstrated,
anything you need to make sure that your feet
no
are switching
inability to
sides,
perform the
similar
spare
to
cow.
as we would
But
when fighting your
upon
feet
getting
spare
to
cow.
this round, a lot of them were
You'll be
overthinking,
scored
trying to think ahead.
based on number
and
of
based
spare
on
cows you
that, they were
complete,
either failing the
with
very
a
first spare
tiebreaker
cow
based
or
on
failing
how
the second.
good the spare cows are.
So again, this is
AKA
really
scallops,
a lot of this
mountains,
is
etc.
about having a good headspace. It's not just being a cutter. It's about being
Your
being
spare
able to
cows
put
must
together
be
all the
completed with your
martial arts
hands at least at the height of the
abilities
spare cow, so you
and
cannot do
stepping
something
and
like a
cutting,
low
thinking about
plunging
following
shield and
up
call it a
with
spare,
a series
but they can be
of
completed at any
martial
angle
sound cuts
that you
as
choose.
opposed to
Does
just
that make sense?
thinking about a step before actually committing to the first.
Correct.
If you
Do
fail
not
the first,
start
there's no follow-up.
One other
Right.
thing.
And
the
a lot of
thumb
this,
must be on the
speaking
blade.
from personal experience
You
with cutting,
understand
is
this,
that
but for it to be a spare cow, you must also be thumbing
we see
blade.
that the competitors who
That's in the
have
rules, so make sure you're aware.
a certain developed intuition
You may
and
begin
muscle
when
memory for
ready.
things, who don't overthink things, do much better. The competitors
Don't
that
measure
are,
up, no.
that are
You can prepare
overthinking,
somewhere behind it, but do not
trying
measure
to
up.
think while cutting have a very difficult time.
Eric been able to perform the first cut.
So this is like I was saying, this is actually fight. But
So far, Julian Schutze is being the only competitor able to complete a series of spare cow. All right. Lee Smith of Blood and Iron Martial Arts, having a moment of mirth as he.
That was fun. All right, so the competition remained close until the end. Without telling you the names, our top competitor had 9 points, our second place competitor had 8.5 points, and our third place competitor had 8 points.
So, reading the final score, it was extremely close.
All right, so in fourth, Eric Hardiman. Third place with 8 points, Phil.
Yes.
From Purple Heart Harmony.
Excellent.
Who is it? All right, separated by only half a point. Ridiculously close, and I'm sure they're going to want to look at the scores after and see just how exciting it was.
I actually don't care. We'll discuss
Got to
it.
see top and shut.
In second place, Julian Schutze.
All right. So second place in cutting, we have Julian Schutze of Blood and Iron Martial Arts. Third place,
Receiving a $25 gift card from St. James.
he receives a $25 gift card from St. James. Third place, we have Phil from the Phoenix
9
Society.
points, Lee Smith from Blood Iron.
And first place, we have Lee Smith from Blood and Iron, Canada. So Blood and Iron, Vancouver,
Getting
Canada.
silvers over and over again. Sometimes it's my fault. In this case, it's my fault that he's getting gold because I scored it this way, and I think he's very happy about this. He receives a $150 Arms and Armor gift certificate and an SGT sword.
And Lee Smith wins gold, wins a $150 Arms and Armor certificate, as well as an SGT sword.
Almost 5 years for this goal. Thank you, guys.
Lee with his first gold in a cutting event.